As you settle in, relax, sit back in your chair, take a deep breath in, hold it for a count of 3, then exhale and relax as we join our hearts and minds together in our prayer for inner peace. Creator of all that is, I open my heart and mind this morning to the presence of God that is within me and in everyone and everything, that one power and one presence. I let God's peace fill my being. In this presence, I am peaceful, poised, confident, and strong. I relax in God's loving care and release all my cares, knowing that God is upholding me and sustaining me in all that I do. God's presence calms me, quiets the storms around me, and leads me to a place of perfect peace. As I center myself in that peaceful presence this morning, I let go of every concern and relax in the safety of God's love and in the love of those around me. I find Unity of Port St. Lucie a sanctuary of love and peace, and I am open and receptive to receive all it has to soothe my mind and soul this day. And so it is. Amen. Please join me in our statement of faith. There is only one power and one presence in my life and in the universe, God the good, omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence. Values. Unity of Port St. Lucie encourages diversity and embraces harmonious and creative pursuits of truth and knowledge in a safe environment to achieve balance and wholeness in the world. This is congregational song, right? Yes? I think. Please stand and join us in the congregational song.
This little light of mine. with one accord. Every praise is from within. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah, is to our God. Every praise is from within. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is from within. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah, is to our God. Every praise is from within. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is from within. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah, is to our God. Every praise is from within. God my Savior, God my healer, God my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. God my Savior, God my healer, God my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is from
Jan Cook is going to read our daily word.
Good morning. Good morning. Grace. I love that word. Grace is my constant blessing. I discover grace all around me when I open my eyes, my mind, and my heart to its presence. Grace reminds me that God's love is active everywhere and at every moment. Grace can be as quiet as a whisper. It's in the love I hear in the voice of someone dear, and in the warmth and tenderness of a comforting touch. Grace is in the heartfelt welcome I receive when invited into a friend's home. It's the bliss I feel when I truly belong. God is the heart of all grace as goodness and kindness in action, always mine to receive and give in kind. My growing awareness inspires me to share this activity of God generously by calling it into expression. And from Acts 20, verse 32, and now I commend you to God and to the message of his grace, a message that is able to build you up and to give you the inheritance among all who are sanctified. And let us affirm together, grace is my constant blessing. Thank you.
As we go into meditation with Reverend Linda Machezik, I invite you to join us in singing Surely the Presence.
There's a
The presence of the Lord is in this place, friends. Right here and right now, we close our eyes and anchor that reality in our hearts, where we feel the connection, heart to heart with each other. We feel the connection with God, everywhere present, all around us, moving through us, and yes, showing up as us. Breathe into that. Breathe into that, knowing that when we are aligned with the Christ within, the very Spirit of God, we are God in skin. When we're at our highest and our best, when our lights shine brightest, we are vessels for God's work on earth. We say, use us, God, use us. We surrender. We let go of our limited ideas and rest in our power, the power of our true nature as spiritual beings, as emissaries of God, shining our lights. Right now, we breathe into our heart space. We see it shining more brightly than ever. We see it filled up with love, peace, joy, all things good. We allow that light and all of that goodness to fill our entire body cavity, to expand beyond our skin into this room and beyond. We bask in the glory that is God, right here and right now, friends, for a few moments together in the silence. And very gently, very lovingly, we begin to return our attention to the outer. Keenly aware of the fact, as today's daily word reminds us, that our very awareness of this connection we have to the divine, this very awareness allows us to express it in the world. And for that, we are so grateful, so grateful. So we open our eyes and we come together and sing about this bond of love that we share. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you since I last looked up, those of you I hadn't seen earlier. And congratulations on making it here. I live in Kings Isle, and as I was telling somebody here a few moments ago, since I've lived here, this is the first time that as I was leaving, I was challenged by driving through a couple feet of water. And, I was very mindful of my brakes for the entire rest of the trip, but made it here safely. So do drive safely when you leave today and be mindful of your brakes and take it slowly. Well, here we are. Let's see. What's today? 21st of November? Yeah? The holidays are upon us, friends. They are here. Travel plans are being made. Everyone I talked to, I played cards yesterday for several hours at the clubhouse where I live, and everybody was chattering about their plans for the holidays, including travel plans for many of them. Safe gathering rules were being kind of played out and rehearsed and discussed and shared, negotiated within families and agreed upon. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I baked pies this week, I just want you to know. Menus are set, ingredients are being purchased. I can tell you that because when I went in the store, it was Thanksgiving everywhere, and people were stocking up on all the ingredients one needs to make a traditional Thanksgiving feast, grocery items. And the Christmas season is just waiting. It's already showing up a little bit, right? I've seen decorations. Oh, tree tents have gone up. I saw my first tree tent. I didn't see any trees inside. Now, that was like 3 or 4 days ago. That could have changed by now. But the Christmas season is just waiting patiently, because the moment Thanksgiving Day begins, then Christmas starts. Shopping has begun for that. Catalogs have begun to arrive in my mailbox. How about yours? I swear, I've never purchased from any of these people. But you purchase from one, and I think they have this network. They share that information with each other. So I just walk from the mailbox to the recycle bin. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. I don't even take them in my house. All right, so here's what I thought we should do. It occurred to me last week sometime. We're entering the holiday season, so let's set our intention about how we want to be this season. That works for me. Setting my intention is always a powerful activity. How about you? Does it work for you when you set your intention? Some of you are nodding your head yes. The rest of you may not have tried it yet, so this is your invitation to try it. So there are 2 things I want to give you today, and before I start, I want to see if everybody received one of those little 4x6 angel wing cards when you came in. If you didn't get one, you're going to need it, so raise your hand if you did not get one. And up here, Ellie, do you have a couple extra? Somebody? Jaden, somebody? We'll take care of you. And you'll need something to write with, so get out a pen or a pencil. We won't be doing it this moment, but I don't want to interrupt the energy when we get to that part. So Ellie's coming. Yeah, thank you, Monica. There you go. Thank you, Jaden. Up here, honey. Jeff and John and Sherry and Linda, Jan and Jay. Let her know who you are. The choir's all good, right? You guys are all good? All right. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Appreciate your help. Love you. All right. So there are 2 things I want to give you today. I want to give you a tool, and I want to give you a plan. A tool and a plan, right? They call it practical Christianity, so I'm going to demonstrate that today by giving you a tool and a plan. My inspiration for the first part comes from this gorgeous young man right there. His name is Jay Shetty. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this young man's. His words, not mine. He grew up in a family where you could become one of three things: a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure. His parents made that crystal clear from the time he was born. One of three things: a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure. And his parents were convinced that he chose number 3 because on graduation day, he went to a business college in London where they lived. On graduation day, instead of going to his college graduation ceremony, he threw on his backpack and a duffel bag and took off to travel to India. So they were convinced he chose option number 3. Then it turns out during his first year in college, let me back up a minute, turns out during his first year in college, a buddy of his said, "Come on, Jay, I want to go hear this monk speak tonight." And Jay said, he was like, "What? I don't think so. I go hear CEOs. I go listen to very successful rich people, but I'm not interested in hearing some monk speak." And the guy said, "Look, I don't want to go alone. I'll buy you a beer afterward." So Jay said he went. He had nothing else planned, and a beer sounded good. So of course, what happened, right? Jay fell in love. He fell in love with this monk's message. He fell in love with his energy. If any of you have ever been in the presence of someone like that, and they give a presentation, you can feel your own energy shift and align with theirs. And Jay felt that happen. His heart was stirring. His soul was longing to know more. So he approached this monk, found out what the guy's speaking schedule was for the balance of the month in and around the London area, and Jay went and attended every lecture that he could. He learned everything he could about what being a monk means. Fast forward, on graduation day from college, he took off to India to become a monk, to join an ashram in Mumbai, and to study and become a monk. 3 years he was there. And in his book, he talks about it in such refreshingly simple detail that it warmed my heart. What it was like for this young man, what the challenges are. Not everybody writes about the practical challenges involved when your ego is being invited to take a back seat to your entire experience of life in a very palpable way. For those 4 years of college, by the way, Jay shifted his time between interning at one of the biggest consulting firms in London, practicing business management, and working at a local ashram, studying ancient texts. He spent his holidays during his college years living with monks. By the time the 3 years was up, he became a monk. He was a monk. He completed all of the, I don't want to say coursework because it's not coursework. He successfully rose to all the challenges that they placed before him. Very smart young man, so he observed keenly everything that he was being asked to do. And he observed very keenly his reaction to the asking. And he observed very keenly what went through his mind as he stepped up to the plate to overcome whatever challenges they laid before him. He was an excellent student. His teacher, monks, said, an excellent student. There's no doubt, reading his book, that that's the truth. No doubt in my mind. So 3 years later, they said to him, "Listen, here's yours, this is yours to do. You need to leave this place, and you need to go out into the world, and you need to share everything you learned. You need to share it with the world." And so he did. He had no money. You didn't need any in the monastery, and he wasn't earning any while he was there. And his parents hadn't been sending him any because he hadn't asked for any. So he took off, and he had no earthly idea how he was going to do this, but he knew it was his to do. Well, friends, almost overnight, he became one of the most sought-after speakers on the planet today. He's young, He's extraordinarily bright. As you can see, he's extraordinarily beautiful to look at. He has a tremendous amount of energy and passion, and he's got this incredibly firm grasp on how to turn your life around from negativity to positivity, and so much more. One of the things he shares in his book that he learned early on in the monastery was the value of positive thinking. No news to us that should change his life, right? But I love it when it shows up in very contemporary works like this. I love it when someone young and just starting out has grasped onto the idea and then taken it and created a book or a talk, a TED Talk or a blog that captures the attention of hundreds of thousands of people like this young man is. So he created a very simple formula. And I think it's one of the cleverest things I've seen in a very long time. Whoops. It's on the right. I thought I had a separate slide. His formula is this: spot, stop, and swap. Jay says in his book, in order to purify our thoughts, you and I know that is in order to change our thoughts, in order to change them over from negative to positive. That's what he means by purifying. In order to purify our thoughts, we have to become aware of it in the first place. We spot it. That's what he means by spot. We spot it, right? Are you always on the lookout for such thoughts? I am. And sometimes I don't stop the next thing. Sometimes I don't stop and correct it immediately. Sometimes I go right on. I glance over it. And that's okay because I'm always given another opportunity to come back and revisit it. Isn't that how the universe works? It does in my life. So he says, first thing to do is spot it. Second thing is to just stop. Stop as soon as you spot it. And the third is change it out for a different thought. Swap. Unity 101, right? Pure unity, pure Charles Fillmore, and so many other ancient traditions, not just unity. I love it when that happens. And it's a great idea, friends. A great idea, actually. We've been teaching it, studying about it, practicing it for years. But maybe the catchy part is, what do we swap it out for? Okay, so we spot a thought, an errant, rogue, negative thought. We spot it, we stop, we swap it out, but what do we swap it out for? It seems to me it would be nice, especially during the holiday season, to have something ready and available, just so we can just use it, quick like that. We don't even have to think about it. That's the plan part. That's the plan part. You don't have to figure it out. We're going to create a plan together today. So my inspiration for this part of what I'm bringing to you is this beautiful woman right here, Dr. Maria Namath, one of my favorite teachers. And that's one of her books, the one that this idea comes from. So here's what I want you to do. Trust me, I'm not going to ask you to walk blindly around the room or anything like that. I am going to invite you to close your eyes. If you would, just close your eyes. Now, I want you to think for a moment about someone, either real or fictitious, either one, someone who inspires you, really inspires you, someone that you hold up as a role model, someone that you look to, someone that you emulate. I want you to think of someone. Simply looking at who inspires you begins to shift your energy very often, so you might feel your heart opening. That's good. You might experience a sense of gratitude that people like this actually exist. Now you have that person firmly in your mind. I want you to think about their character traits, the traits that inspire you, the traits that move you, the traits about them that open up your heart. Think about it. Words that describe this person. Words that are adjectives, one words. I'm going to offer you a list. I'm going to read them right now. I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to grab on the ones that resonate with you. That person you admire. Appreciative. Attentive. Authentic. Aware. Brilliant. Clear. Compassionate. Conscious. Courageous. Creative. Decisive. Dedicated. Dependable. Encouraging. Engaging. Enthusiastic. Focused. Friendly. Generous. Gentle. Genuine. Grateful. Healing. Humble. Inspiring. Intelligent. Kind. Loving. Loyal. Mindful. Persistent. Dependable. Spiritual. Steadfast. Supportive. Thorough. Thoughtful. Trustworthy. Truthful. Uplifting. Visionary. Vital. Choose 3, friends. Choose 3 adjectives that describe your person best. 3. Get them clear in your head. Now open your eyes and look at me. Those 3 adjectives describe you. Those 3 adjectives describe you. You wouldn't recognize them in someone else if you didn't already have them. You may not be owning it right now, right here and right now, but they are you. So you've got those 3 adjectives and you have a card. You have 3 lines in that card. Take your 3 adjectives and write one on each of those 3 lines. 3 adjectives that describe the person that you admire most. Write them on your card, please. These are your angel gifts to the world, friends. Now, I want you to turn each of them into an I am statement. Because I'm trying to be practical. I'm giving you a plan. Turn each one of them into an I am statement. For example, if one of your adjectives was loving, then an I am statement, an affirmation would be, I am loving. Keep it simple. Under each of those words, write your affirmation statement. I am, and then whatever the word is. Write them down, because looking at them, thinking about them, writing them down anchors all of it into your DNA in a way that nothing else does. So write them down. I am. 3 statements, one under each word. You have it? All right. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to repeat those statements to yourself one at a time, very clearly, very positively, each one. Okay. Now you have your plans. Now you have your plan. This holiday season, every single solitary time you spot a rogue thought that isn't serving you and therefore anyone else around you, anytime, stop and swap it out for one or all 3 of these. They're so easy. They're so simple. But the power within them is immeasurable. Immeasurable. Whatever word you attach to I am has power that we don't even understand. And it works. It works as an affirmation every time when you use it. When you use it and you're speaking from your heart. Use these statements. Keep this card somewhere close by until these 3 statements become second nature to you. They are who you are. These are your angel gifts to the world this holiday season, friends. Every single solitary time you need to use them, use them. Use them. Dust off those angel wings and be the multitude of angels that we are this holiday season. Be the multitude of angels that we are. Dust off those wings and shine your light and bring these gifts to the world. Thank you.
Nice swapping your house, boy.
There's a hole in the world, and we can make this world whole.
Now's the time in the service when we take out our tithes, our offerings, we hold them in our hands, we bless them with our energy as we say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I love to give. Our prayer chaplain today is Judy Buckley. She'll be over here after the service if you would like to share some prayer with her. Spiritual discussion, the next one will be December, something. First Tuesday in December. Well, the graphics department was a little lax. They didn't put the next date up here. Yeah. Lana, chair yoga Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock here. Prayer circles Thursday morning at 11. See Reverend Linda if you're willing to share a miracle moment. Toys for Tots, the donation box is out in the lobby. New unwrapped toy, and we will get them, or they pick them up actually, I think. Next Sunday, Reverend Vernell Nelson will be here. Creator of all that is, we bless these offerings. We bless each person who donated to this church. We bless it for your use, for the use of Unity of Port St. Lucie, and for all the prayers in the prayer box, and for all the prayers on everyone's heart of loved ones near and far. Bless them. We know everyone is all right. We know that. But hold them in light and love. Let them feel your love, your peace, your comfort, your joy as we go through this holiday season. And for all of this, we say thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Jada, I need you to come up here, please. What? Why Aunt Joseph? When's Joseph? When's your birthday? 26. Oh, we then get up here. Oh, heck yeah.
He's turning 18.
Okay, come here. Okay, everybody, let's bless these two young people. Creator of all that is, we bless Jada and Joseph, two incredible young people, a strong young woman, a strong young man, as they go through life's journey, and they are in such a positive path. We see the Christ in them, we see the love in them, and just encase them in your love and joy and peace as they continue their journey into adulthood. And bless their mentor, Paul Shepherd. And so it is. Amen. Jada's birthday is on Thanksgiving, and Joseph is the next day. So Maestro, could we sing happy birthday?
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, then you can go. Our thanks to everybody who set up, tears down, prepares. And I have to say a shout out to Judy Buckley, who has joined the cleaning crew. And you'll notice things are cleaner than they used to be because, I'll tell you a story. Ask me a story about that. So thank you to everyone. And now please stand and join as we sing the peace song to close our service.